Hi, my name is Aaron Grice, and I'm an entrepreneur. And I think that if you have been an entrepreneur or have tried to create a business or build anything for yourself, you have experienced the same things that I do, pretty frequently. And that is frustration. We have a plan and we think we have our stuff together and we start going on a project and things happen. Just life starts to happen and we come up against obstacles and it's frustrating. There's clients that we have to deal with that give us heartburn. There's the staff that we work with that some of them are just regular pain. So I came up with this little slideshow because I needed to figure out a way of being excited, getting over the aggravation and having a day filled with anticipation and excitement instead of buying into the frustration. I had to figure out a way to deal with it so that it was just not a constant part of what was going on for me, right? So this is 10 things that you can do to help you stay motivated, to get you up in the morning, get you excited about your day, and continue to be excited through the day. So let's go ahead and have a look at what those are. So there's gratitude, and really this is the crux of everything that makes me and makes every entrepreneur successful. It's gratitude about what's going on, what has gone on, the help and support that I've gotten, the education, the learning experiences that I've had, and gratitude for the vision that I have been given to create something in this world and not just be a sheep, right? So you have to have a plan, and obviously that should be obvious to you that you need to have a plan, and we'll look at how you can use that to keep you excited and motivated. Meditation is a way of connecting ourselves to the power of the universe. There is a power that permeates every living thing and every non-living thing in the universe. It's the energy that has created the universe. It's the energy that creates us. It's the energy that makes our heart beat, makes our body function. It's the energy that builds things, that creates life. And we can get in touch with that energy and direct it through meditation. There's breath work. For years and years and years, of course, we're not taught to think about breath. We're not taught to think about how essential it is to control our breathing, to use our breathing to energize our body. And then we'll talk about fulfilling work as well. As entrepreneurs, we get into the habit of thinking that we have to work hard, work long, work more to make more money or to be more successful. And that's not the truth. And there is a way of working that will keep us energized. So, and then there's delaying judgment. When things happen, when life happens to you, often I get upset and I have this knee-jerk reaction, and I've figured out, or I've found that if I delay the judgment, if I stay away from the knee-jerk stuff, that often the situation will work itself out, or I'll find a different way of looking at it that will allow me to find a better solution. So, and then sharing. You need to have it be okay to share what's going on with you. And we'll talk about that and how that helps. Stepping away. As we know, we get lost in the trees and we can't see the forest. So we step away, take a look at the big picture, and then reflect on what is our goal, what is our dream, where are we going, and how are we planning to get there. And then sometimes it requires just refreshing, okay, so if I've been beating my head against a wall for time and time and time again, maybe it's time for me to look at, well, this is maybe possibly not the avenue that I need to be pursuing. So let's have a look at gratitude. You should begin and end every day with gratitude. And you should write it down. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I think to myself is, thank you, Lord, for giving me this day where I can create something new and valuable and take another step towards my dream. And then, once I get up and have my coffee, I will write down in my journal at least 3 things that I'm grateful for. Usually I can find 10, but spend some time writing down the things that you're grateful for, the things that have happened to you that you're grateful for, the help that you're getting, the support that you're getting from the universe and from the people around you, and for your dream, your vision, the idea that's been planted in your heart that you are pursuing, that makes you an entrepreneur, that makes you successful, that makes you a contributor to this life instead of just a sheep, right? So you get in touch with your vision and you hold that dream in your mind. And we'll talk about this more in the meditation discussion. But see your daily activity as being successful. So sometimes I'll just lay in bed and, if I've got a meeting coming up or if I've got, a client that I want to talk to, I'll see it. I'll see the outcome of that discussion as being successful. Or, at the end of the day, I'll see, I've crossed this hurdle. I've done what I needed to do to take my step towards my goal. And I'm grateful for that having happened and that being successful. Now, there are times when it looks not successful. It looks like, today was a complete failure. That is actually a success. It has shown you a way. It's given you that opportunity to learn that's not the way to do it. Let's have a look at another way. So, you start out your day excited. So you have this plan. You have a 5-year, a 3-year, a 1-year, a quarterly plan, a monthly plan, a weekly plan, and a daily plan. And that gives me enthusiasm because it's all broken down. Okay, so here's my goal. I'm going to, at the end of 5 years, this is where I'm going to be in my business. And so at the end of 3 years, this is where I'm going to be. At the end of this year, this is where I'm going to be. At the end of this quarter, at the end of this month, at the end of this... It's like, at the end of today, I am going to have shifted 1 yard closer to the goal. And that's exciting to me. So look at your goal. Get clearly in your mind. Be grateful for the goal, for the things that have happened, and be grateful that today you have this open book where you can move yourself to another step closer to that goal. I read my vision statement every day, at least in the morning, and I try to read it morning and night. I'm so happy and grateful. Now that my business is successful, clients are lined up waiting to receive my services. My retirement account has over $100,000 in it, and money is flowing to me in ever increasing quantities from multiple sources. I read it out loud, and sometimes I'll go ahead and write it and then read it. And of course, I'll add to it all of the areas of my life. Health and well-being, relationships, time and money freedom, add little scripts about those and read them out loud. That just keeps me fired up. So, meditation. Now, we are created from this universal energy. We're attached to it, and it is what we use to create our life. It's what we use to build our future. And the way to get in touch with that and the way to direct it is through meditation. So it not only puts you in touch with the power that is creating your future, but it energizes you. Now, there's dozens and dozens of free meditations online in YouTube. The guided meditation that I like the best is from Bob Proctor. It's called Abundance Meditation, and there's a link here that you can click on and take you right to the YouTube video. When I am meditating generally, I will use Brain.fm. I subscribe to Brain.fm. I think it's $100 a year or something like that. But this app has several different styles. You can use it to focus. Like if I'm putting together some kind of a presentation, I'll turn on focus. I'll put on. It's got binaural beats, so you wear a headset, and it sets the frequency of your brain to be more productive. And I'll get stuff done in half an hour that might have taken me a couple hours in the past. It's also got a relax setting where you can do either a guided or an unguided meditation, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You set that, you close your eyes, you let the music wash over you, and your brain just naturally gets out of beta into a theta mode, and you are completely in touch with the power of the universe. You hold your vision in your mind. You see it, you feel it, you smell it. If it's, if it's a new house, you see yourself in the backyard with your friends gathered around, you're doing a barbecue, and you feel the sun and the breeze, and your best partner is with you, helping you out, and the kids are running around playing. You have to live that experience. It is happening now. You are in it. You are drenched in it. And that's what creates it for you. And if you want a quick power nap, there's a sleep mode. Well, in fact, you can use it at night as well. But I have a hard time sleeping with even the headband headphones because my ears are sensitive. Anyway, but if you want a quick power nap, turn on the sleep mode, 15 minutes, lay down on your couch, boom. Done. So, breathing, again, how often do we think about breath? But it is so essential. And Brendon Burchard, in his with his high performance students, his high performance class, he encourages his students to every hour just set a timer. Every hour you sit back. Now, I get up, I kind of shake things off, and I, get myself energized again, move my arms so that my shoulders aren't hurting anymore. And then I take 6 deep breaths. Nice, slow inhale through my nose to the count of 7. Hold it for 3 or 4 counts, and then slowly out through my mouth, as if I'm blowing through a straw. 6 times, and that just refreshes and re-energizes my whole body. It gets the mitochondria activated again and kind of resets me for the working for the next hour. There's a morning breath technique by Wim Hof. Again, there's a link here that you can click on. It takes you right to that YouTube presentation. It's a half hour long, and what I find is when I have the time to do it in the morning, I don't notice that afternoon drop off. You know how mid-afternoon is like, oh man, I don't know if I can make it through the rest of the day. But being able to do this in the morning for half an hour, it just gets my whole body energized, and it helps me to stay energized through the day. So try doing that just every hour. You know, set yourself a timer. Every hour you get up, you walk around a bit, you shake it off, you sit down, and you take 6 deep breaths. Okay? Fulfilling work. We as entrepreneurs like to believe that the more work we do, the more successful and the more money we're going to have. Often that's not the case, because what happens is we overwork, we overstress, and we fail to get those 7 hours of sleep that we really need at night because we got this project we're working on and we work in, you know, it's midnight, oh crap, you know, and I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You need that sleep. And I often get caught, I'll go down this rabbit hole, you know, I'll come up against something that I have to figure out or research, or there's some block, and I'll find myself 20 minutes later looking at some web page that I have no idea how I got there. It's just this rabbit hole that I've gone, you know, off on a tangent on. So instead of doing all the workaholic stuff, the busy work, when you find yourself in a situation where you're stuck, you're blocked, whatever, don't do that counterproductive stuff where it's, you know, it's like you can balance your bank book on the weekend. You know, you can do the emails when you've set aside time to do your emails, and we'll talk about scheduling here shortly. But you need to schedule time for that. And so forget about getting onto Facebook, forget about the emails. Find something that you enjoy doing and just set yourself, okay, I'm going to do this for 15 minutes. And it will re-energize you because you've been doing something that you like doing, and it's creative and it's moving you towards your goal. So you should have a whole bunch of things that you can do, you know, kind of piecemeal. The things that you like to do, and they take you the next step further towards just move that ball, you know, just a half a yard. And so then, you know, once you get that little bit done, yeah, you pat yourself on your back and you feel much better about what's going on, and you can go back and tackle that thing that, you know, was stopping you in the past. Okay? So, delaying judgment. Now, I talked about this earlier. I am prone to knee-jerk reactions when different things happen that, you know, I've got this person that works for me who, it's kind of negative Nancy, and you know, you can see it on her face when she's coming up to you. She's kind of got that charge, you know, it's like, you know, like something I'm gonna want to talk to you about, and I stiffen up and I will listen for a short period of time, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then I just boom. So instead, what I found is, and you know, and we have clients, you know about it, the client that you love to love, you love to see them walk in. They have a problem, and it's your job to solve that for them. So instead of doing the knee-jerk thing, what I've found is that if I delay the reaction, instead of going off on my little tangent, or getting trapped in, I don't want to hear this, da 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 da, because that's not helping me. That's not solving the issue. It's not creating a solution. So step away, take a breath, relax about it. Just say, hey, I'm going to look into it. I will get back to you. And sometimes the answer that may not come right away. I'll go out for a walk. Walking is a form, and we'll talk about this in a bit too. For me, it can be a form of meditation. When I'm walking, especially if I'm walking a route that I'm familiar with, I can just get completely lost in thought. And more often than not, something will pop up. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. But the whole idea of delaying the response, allowing the universe to bring a solution to you that you hadn't considered before, will allow you to get past whatever that obstacle is. Sometimes it takes days, 2-3 days, for the proper solution to show up. You'll know it when it comes, right? But delay your judgment about those kind of things. Just relax a bit, take a breath, take a walk, have a sleep on it. All right? And share. This is tough, was tough for me. I'm getting more familiar with it. When things are not going the way I want them to, when I'm frustrated about something, or it could be a loss. When my mother died, I didn't want to share that with anyone, but it was there. It was subliminal, and it was always kind of an interference. I had to embrace that, and the way I had to do it was to share how I was feeling about that situation. And there are things in your business that are frustrating you, and if you share it with your coworkers, with the people that work for you, all of a sudden you become human, and it gives them the opportunity to feel like they're a part of your decision-making process. It makes you human. And every now and again, they come up with something that you had never thought of. Now, it doesn't always happen, but it allows you to experience, and it allows you to kind of shed some of the energy from that frustration. And sometimes you just have to step away. Sometimes like you say, we get deep into these problems, and all of a sudden all we can see is trees around us and leaves in front of us, and we can't really see the big picture. So you have to kind of go, okay, I'm going to drop this for however long it takes. I'm going to take some breaths. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to enjoy the sunshine, or even the rain if it's raining. And I'm just going to walk, and I'm just going to toss it all behind me, and I'm just going to go into that meditative state. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to relax. I'm going to shake off that negative energy. And the walking obviously gets your heart pumping, which puts more oxygen into your brain, makes you a little sharper, makes you a little more creative. It also helps you to sleep better at night. And all of a sudden, things will start coming to you. Solutions, resolutions, things you can do that might help you through whatever it was that was frustrating you. Again, I talked about this in the sharing aspect, but you have to allow yourself to have the anger, to have the sorrow, to have the feeling. It doesn't make you weak. Heroes do actually have feelings. And the more you deny it, the more it's an obstruction and a restriction. You have to let it go. You have to experience it. If it takes a half a day, if it takes a whole day, that's okay. Because it needs to be expressed and it needs to be felt, and you need to have it and be with it and have it be okay. You need to be okay with exactly where you are, because where you are is perfect. All right? And then refresh. So now we've taken our breaths and we've talked about it with coworkers. We've had a step back from the situation. We've dispensed with a knee-jerk reaction. We've gone for a walk. We've put the decision off for a few minutes just to get a fresh look at it. We meditate on it. We might have had a night or two to let things coalesce and let the universe bring the solution to us. And if an answer hasn't come to mind, then maybe the resolution is to let it go and to move on to something else. But in all things, always be grateful and give thanks for what's going on and what has happened. You can be grateful for where you are and the experiences that have gotten you here. And some of those experiences have not been pleasant, but they're growth opportunities. They're learning opportunities. They are what made you the entrepreneur and the successful person that you are. Now, don't go down, well, I'm not as successful as I wanted to be. That's not constructive. You are where you are, and it's perfect just where you are. Be grateful for all the support that's happened. Tony Robbins, one of his famous expressions, life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Be grateful for everything that's happened and for the support that the universe is constantly giving you, constantly there to make things better, to have the life that you dream of. You've got a dream that's been put in your heart by the universe. You're the only one that can bring that about. But you have to be grateful for all the experiences that it's going to take to get you there. I hope this has helped you, and I hope you can come back and refer to this often. And I hope now you can kind of have every day. Every day is not going to be exactly the way you plan it. At the end of the day, sometimes you can look back and you go, man, that was not a success. But it was just another step. It was just part of the learning experience. So I wish you all good luck, and thank you so much for spending the time. And I look forward to creating more for you. You guys have a wonderful day.